Hey, everybody, we're back. Coon Prairie Ramblers. Yeah, we got this wagon circled up. We got Casey and the Moonshine Gang, Luke the Rebel Without a Clue, and me, Millman.
And it is time for that world-famous, almost world-famous segment.
Semi-world famous.
Semi-world famous segment.
Don't tell
of
me.
the day. It is called the
F-bomb.
F-bomb.
Oh.
It's fixing to fall, so y'all run for shelter.
Here we go.
Here she comes.
Hubba hubba. Oh, yeah.
I give that about a 8.5.
8.5.
That was good.
Well, Brother Casey has got a good what if for us. What if?
I was thinking, what if you could enable your child to relive some of the things that you enjoyed when you were a child, either your child or your grandchild. Now I'm thinking of my grandchildren more than I am my children, but some of the things that you were able to do, some of the great fun times you had, what would you like them to be able to participate in?
Wow. What do you think, Mel?
Well,
I'm
I
glad
had
you
a
asked that
grandmother.
question.
That's a deep
He
subject.
loaded for bear.
I had a grandmother. She was born in 1897. She lived to be 91, so she died around 1988. And I dearly love the knowledge, knowing that she lived in the previous century. Some of my kids had the pleasure of knowing her, and the other half of the kids didn't. You know, so I would I once knew somebody, well, my grandpa. My grandpa was born in the 1870s, and I thought that was so neat. I mean, he almost lived back to the Abe Lincoln time. I would love to have my children have the, of course you can't do it now because all the 1,800 people are dead now, I think. But something about antique people. I mean, I think there's a value in knowing old people. And the oldest ones, I mean, the old ones are almost like my age now. So...
Well,
So I think it's a good thing that they know me. No. But just at one time I knew a lady who was born in 1880. I used to visit this lady in a rest home. And one reason I visited her because she was so old. She was 105, and she was born back in 18. And I used to ask her, you know, what's the earliest thing you can remember? What's the just the things
Battle
that
of Gettysburg.
they could come up with, you know. And I thought it would be so neat if my kids could have known something, you know, but they can't now.
But they can go back to the elders of today, and
Which is me.
you can teach them. Yeah, you can teach them how important that is.
did your grandparents always seem like old people from the time you can remember?
My grandmother, every time we left her down her little log cabin in Southern Ohio, she'd always say, well, if I'm around here next year, I'll see you. And I'm thinking, well, I wonder if Grandma's going to be, and Grandma was always around the next year. I mean, she was always there.
Not always.
She's still there?
She was up until 1988.
She might be a vampire. You might want to get her checked out.
But I used to think,
You only see her at
why
night,
does
right?
Grandma say that? Because she's always here when I come back. She's always here. And she always looks the same.
Well, old people expect to
She
die
always
anytime.
looked the same. You know, the thick ankles,
Cankles.
those Mums Mabley stockings that only came up to the knee or, rolled down to
A
the
lot of
knee.
them rolled them down.
Yeah.
Goodness.
Oh, my. And the house dress, and the house dress was what you wore to the store or something. No, she changed what she wore at house, to go to the store, but it was still a dress, And
Well, speaking of grandparents, let me tell you a lesson I learned. If your grandpa is pretending to be asleep and he's not, and he's just laying there and you're trying to get him to wake up and he knows you're there, but you can't wake him up, don't reach over and bite him on the nose to make him get up.
I heard that.
That
That would not end well for either one of you.
That did not end very good at all. I reached over and chomped him on the
I don't know what you was thinking.
I don't either. But I was just a wee tiny little tot.
Lesson learned.
Yeah, that was not very good.
So how about you, Casey?
Well, I just always remember when I was real young, living in Nocatee more than anywhere else. When I was not born in Nocatee. I was born in Oklahoma, and I don't remember much of that. And then I lived in Virginia, California, Opelika, and I don't remember much of that. But when I really got big enough to get outside and started venturing around, well, I did do a little bit of that in Opelika, but we just it was like a Huck Finn kind of life. Mm-hmm. I mean, we adventured all over. You thought nothing of going anywhere your little feet could take you.
Be gone all day.
All day.
That's right.
We'd watch Saturday morning cartoons and then
Gone.
And I mean, we ran through the groves, we ran through the briars, ran through the
Brambles and the rabbits couldn't catch you.
And I remember we'd go through thickets of wood that looked so thick that you didn't think you could get through it. And it's probably only maybe a 40-acre field or something like that, but it seemed like a
Wilderness.
like a and
jungle.
I mean, it was just such a great time. And we would run and run and run and run.
Barefooted. No shirt on all summer long. No
Yeah.
shirt.
But you had to be home by supper.
That's right. I don't remember what we did for lunch. We must have ate at different kids' houses
I
or
think so,
something,
wherever
or
you
skip
ended
lunch even.
Yeah, but
We
I
were
mean,
having too much fun to think about eating.
and I'm sure my parents weren't worried
No.
one bit about me because they knew that there wasn't at that time anything out there was going to get you. I don't think, and
Or they
a
knew that,
rattlesnake or something maybe.
and they also knew that the parents of your friends would
Would look out for you.
keep you in line if you needed
Yeah,
it.
and if they saw you doing something
That's
bad,
right. They'd catch
they
you.
would
They'd catch
call
you.
your parents and let them know that little Kenny was out there throwing rocks.
That's right. Passing cars or oranges at them or whatever.
I remember one day field lark, which some people call a meadow lark, but we always call them
Field larks. Oh yeah.
And I thought, I wonder if I could hit that field lark through it and bam, and kill that field lark.
Kill that field lark. Oh my
And I
goodness.
felt so bad about that. I thought, oh my gosh. I mean, I didn't want to kill him. I just wanted to see if I could hit him with a rock. And
No,
I killed him dead as a whip.
just cripple them.
Should have threw a marshmallow at
I
him.
guess I should have ate him, but I didn't.
Oh my goodness.
But we had a good time. I mean, it was just a wonderful time to be alive.
And if your kids or grandkids could experience that,
And they won't ever get the.
it would enrich their lives.
It would.
It
But
would.
instead of sitting around texting or playing video games or watching TV all day long or sitting there asking, and I think that's a great thing to build that wanderlust and adventure and trying to figure things out. Doing that, I mean, we had to figure
Right.
things out. We had to figure out how to make that fort.
That's right.
That fort didn't magically appear. Nobody built it for us. It wasn't oh, Daddy, would you build me a fort in the backyard, or would you put me a playground
right.
with a tree house? No, we build them ourselves.
That's right, because I don't think kids today are challenged to use their curiosity
No.
like we did. It's all just spoon-fed to them through electronics. Open the top of your head and pour it in, okay, now you're smart, instead of going out and figuring it out and using your imagination.
And I remember sometimes, I did sometimes. I remember getting a lot of trouble about it. I remember staying out after dark a couple times,
Oh, yeah.
and I was walking home. And I'm going to tell you a secret. If you ever start scaring yourself, like imagining what could be behind you or what could be lurking on the side of the roof, don't ever give in to it.
So you'll find yourself running home.
Yeah.
You'll be running at the faster than you've ever ran.
Been there and done that.
And by the time you get home, you know that the hates are just hundreds of them are behind chasing you. And just through a miracle of God, you made it back.
Feel
to
the
your
breath
house.
on your neck just when you run in the door there.
But if you can ever calm yourself down where you don't let your imagination get the best of you, you're a lot better off.
You'll be running so fast your dog can't keep up with you.
Oh, I think I'd probably pat my dog.
Leave him to whatever was going to get him.
There's no telling what was lurking out there.
Yeah, well, you watch
In my
old
mind.
horror movies and
What
hear
about you,
booger stories
Brother
told around
Lou?
the fire. Me? I don't know. I kind of play off both of what y'all said. I think it's very important, and I think it's foundational in our lives, and I certainly feel the same way. But our vacations back in the day were not going to resorts and stuff. It was going to visit relatives.
Yeah.
You stayed with them, they'd come stay with you, and that built up a strong bond between my cousins and I, and it gave our parents time to visit. So I wish our kids could experience that. That's just an unheard of thing anymore for the most part. But what I remember about going on those long trips to wherever to go see a relative would be, it was a long ride, so what I'd crawl up in the back window of the car when you could do that, because your cars were so big and you had this area at the back, the back window there was flat, had the speakers up there. It was like a thick cardboard or something. And you could lay up there in the sun, and the law would pass you and wouldn't stop you. You could be laying up there stretched out, getting a nice long nap back there. And that's just something you can't do anymore.
Yeah, I remember that.
Did that plenty of times.
We used to go on a lot of Sunday rides. Church,
Oh.
go home and eat.
I miss Sunday rides.
And Sunday rides was
Just ride
a
around.
special memory to me. And we always had a rule that Dad would stop somewhere else, and you had your choice. You were going to buy each one of us either an ice cream or Coke.
Right.
And I couldn't stand it. I never would learn that I was going to have that ice cream. And
more
all
of a
the way
treat.
home- Yeah, but all the way home, I was so thirsty. And they ain't going to stop.
Yeah.
You can get you a Coke.
Oh, my goodness. You should have
Well,
brought you a
that's
little
exactly
jar of water with you.
Yeah, I should.
And the person that got the Coke, it probably lasted longer than your ice cream.
Oh, I'm sure it did.
Yeah.
And for you out there that are uninitiated to the ways of the South, a Coke is any soft drink.
Any
Whatever
flavor you want to think of.
Coke, we called them all Coke.
It could be orange,
A
it could be
Dr. Pepper,
knee-high
a
grape,
Pepsi, yeah.
it could be a Bubble Up,
That was a Coke.
it could be a Yoo-Hoo, or a Chocolate Soldier.
What did you call them in Ohio?
Ohio.
Sodas or pop?
Pop. I called them pop.
Pop.
But they did call them sodas also. Other parts, different part, so I would be in a different part of Ohio and I hear the word soda. And I'm thinking, I think that means pop.
Soda. Well, they call everything a Coke, but also a Coca-Cola. You want a Coca-Cola? I'm going in. Okay, well,
Yeah.
what kind of Coca-Cola you want? Bring it back and 7-Up.
Yeah.
Mountain Dew.
Yeah,
Mountain Dew Coca-Cola.
You could either get a 7-Up or a Pepsi Cola, but if you said, yeah, it's
Coca-Cola
still,
covers it all.
yeah.
But you put a little pack of peanuts in there, too, if you really wanted to enjoy it. Dump the peanuts
yeah.
in there and let them float down your throat while
My
you
wife always swore that the little bottles
taste better.
better than the big ones.
Them little old
But no.
10-ounce ones? Absolutely.
Now, what was better, the can or the bottle?
Oh, the bottle. I didn't have that
No,
tin.
why is that? Was that because
tin
of
taste,
the
metallic
bottle
taste.
glass?
There's a pure, there's no taste.
Yeah, you don't have the
Yeah.
metallic taste. Well, we're out of time. We got less than 30 seconds, so we better pay the fiddler and get on out of here.
Take care of each other.
That's right. Be kind one to another.